tracking Irma right here at home in Milwaukee. I know you have been really keeping an eye on things right now and just how big it's getting.
It's massive, and
yeah.
I think it's hard for us to understand because we're not in hurricane country. We don't get hurricanes in Wisconsin, so I wanted to put out this nice little graphic to show everyone how massive this storm is. And if you put it close to Milwaukee, depends on where you want to put it, but it could possibly encompass Milwaukee, all of the state of Wisconsin, the UP, parts of Minnesota, Iowa, and northern Illinois. So you're going about 400 miles by 400 miles. This is a massive storm right now in the Caribbean. And if you were looking at the eye of the storm, it's about 30 miles in diameter. So that would go from Milwaukee all the way west towards Oconomowoc. That's how big that eye is. Again, this is a monster of a storm. Record wind speed as well. I want to jump off the graphic so you can see this. It is now in second place for the strongest. Again, this is in the Atlantic Basin in terms of sustained winds. 185 miles an hour. The all-time record here was Allen back in 1980, 190 miles an hour. EF4 tornadoes. The scale is between 166 and 200 miles an hour. So picture, again, EF4 tornado is very, very strong, one of the highest you can get. But picture something that massive with an EF4 kind of strength when it comes to winds. Just unbelievable. The symmetry, you can see how well defined that eye is. It continues to at least sustain what it has right now. It's going over warmer waters as it tracks more northwest. So it looks like it will stay as a Category 5 hurricane for now at about 185 miles an hour. The pressure is at 914 millibars. The track is through the Leeward Islands, Puerto Rico, eventually Haiti, Dominican Republic, and maybe getting towards Cuba. Once that happens, a few models saying a couple different things here. It's been kind of trending toward Florida, at least since yesterday, but a few of the models have been indicating possibly taking an eastern or northeasterly turn back towards the Carolinas. Right now, the National Hurricane Center does have it making landfall by late Sunday, early Monday, possibly in the southern tip of Florida and the Florida Keys. So we'll have a lot more on this throughout this morning and the next several days. Closer to home, temperatures are cool with that upper level trough. We're stuck in the 40s for West Bend, Fond du Lac, 43 in Waukesha. It is 50, our warm spots in Beaver Dam, also in the city of Milwaukee. Northwest flow keeping things dry, keeping things cool, and even cooler compared to yesterday. That'll be the theme here, folks. The next several days, we're going to stay in the 60s for high temperatures. I think this afternoon, once again, we'll have scattered chances of showers. Will not be a complete washout. At times, you'll see sunshine. At times, I think you'll have some scattered showers as well. Fall-like pattern continues. That cold front tracks to the east, not affecting us directly, but eventually high pressure begins to move back in once that low and that cold front and that trough all together begins to pivot to the east, and that's going to bring some mild conditions and more sunshine. It doesn't mean we're not going to see sunshine today, but as we get daytime heating, again, we have really chilly air aloft, almost like an October weather pattern, and still that early September sun. That's going to lead to some of these instability showers, and that's going to be today and also for tomorrow. Once that trough exits, starting Friday, we're going to look at some very dry conditions on that 10-day forecast, and that could last all the way until next week. So the next 3 days, looks like we're stuck in the 60s, but the 70s returning for this weekend. And by the way, this weekend looking rather dry. Highs again 70, 72 for Saturday and Sunday, and then possibly mid-70s for a good chunk of next week.
All right, thanks, Chris. We are tracking our first accident of that morning.